to the MT Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Enti. My co-host right here is Kyle Heath. I know it's been a while. We missed last week, but we're back now. This is the show where we cover basically like last week, maybe 2 weeks now, Kyle,
Yeah.
of like gaming industry related news. We're talking like new and upcoming games, technology innovation, general gaming industry related news, and I don't know, what did I miss anything? Esports and personalities, I guess. I,
Technology,
none of that right now. Yeah. I mean, like, I guess let's recap. How have you been, Kyle? What have you been doing the last like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
How do you feel, first of all? Because we kind of missed last week because you
Yeah.
felt sick, but also, let's be real. In the States, July 4th, there's not a lot of news. And you and I were like kind of isolated with like family, friends, or whatever for the holiday.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
are you feeling good, first of all?
Yeah. I
Are
mean,
you okay?
I'm starting to feel good. My voice might be. I don't know if people would notice. My voice might be a little kind of like nasally a little bit, but if
I feel like a little bit. I can hear it, just like
yeah.
holding you together.
I'm still fighting with a little bit of congestion, so
Yeah.
forgive me, everyone. But yeah, I'm gonna try and power through this one. I mean, other than that, other than a little bit of congestion, slight cough, I'm doing pretty good, so can't really complain. But yeah, dude, it's good to be back. Kind of the first, so all of last week I had off of work, and like the first half of the week, the first half I had off. It was great, was going out, kind of doing a little staycation type of thing, just kind of, spending time, just kind of going out to a couple bars and stuff like that. I'm having some fun.
Nice.
So that was fun. But on a Wednesday morning, it just hit me. I woke up, throat started feeling a little tickly. I was like, oh no. And I was like hoping it was just like something like, just I was like, maybe it's just something that'll go away. But yeah, as the day went on, unfortunately it stayed. And the next 4 or 5 days, it was the standard cold cycle of just like, got that kind of scratchy throat, turns into the runny nose, you got that congestion. Now I'm finally kind of rounding out the tail end, but yeah, dude.
Yeah, I remember you said that you thought you had strep.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like
I
looked at I looked in the back of my throat and it was like I saw some like white
swollen.
It looked a little really red, kind of like some white, like, I don't know if it was not like white patches, but like what looked like something that was not usual for a cold.
Yeah, shouldn't be there. Yeah.
But no, I went. Doctor was like, honestly, doesn't. They did the strep test. They're like negative. Doctor was like, honestly, it looks more viral. It doesn't look like strep. So I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. But sure enough, they were right. It was just a cold. So after some time, just took a lot of rest towards the latter half of that. It's like the worst time to get sick, because like you're already off work, so you don't have to take time, but also like
on your vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
brutal, man.
But it's like
that's
it's
brutal.
Don't have to work, but also it's like I wanted to do what I want and not have to work, and so now I just can't. And so yeah, the last half of that was pretty much chalked, but hey, I still tried to make the most of it, kind of just relaxed, rested. It was probably
well, that's. Yeah.
I like to think of these things kind of as a sign too. Like if I'm going a little too fast, like you get sick, maybe the universe is like, listen, like just slow down a little bit. Take some time to rest.
Take a breather. It's going to be okay kind of attitude.
Yeah. I try to take a positive attitude about stuff like that. So that was kind of my mindset. But no, dude, I'm feeling good now. Who knows? I'll probably end up going out a little bit this weekend. We'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah. Also, it's going to be interesting too, because like next week when I get on the cam, might see a little something different in the hair area for me. I guess.
You were talking about for a while now. You were saying that you were gonna chop up the hair a little bit. Yep. You're done with the long hair. I haven't even seen like your hair down low.
I was saying like you've never seen. Yeah, like that is crazy.
I really don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
ever.
No, you've only known me with long hair. I think like for the most part, and like.
Well, I know you with long hair, but you've never like dropped it down. That's what I'm talking about.
True, yeah.
Like it's always been pulled back and like in your tail, tied up.
I don't know, like I don't know. It's crazy. Like I've had this length of hair now for going on 5-6 years. So I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like now is the time to for something new. So yeah, dude, probably see me with a different haircut next week. Going forward. So I don't know. I'm excited but nervous, anxious. I'm just like, oh, like I want to do this, but it's like, I'll lose my hair.
No, I feel like you've always had. I think the only reason why you would feel anxious is if your hair was like covering your face. That's never happened. Like
Yeah.
since as long as I've known you, nothing's really covered your face other than like your glasses, I guess, if you want to count that.
Yeah.
But I don't consider that. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you're gonna look like the same person.
Yeah.
Other than just having like maybe a poofy top,
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you've seen me with like super long hair and super short
I was
hair.
just saying,
Like
dude,
I'm all over the
I've
place.
seen
Dude.
I've seen you through the phases, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It's a start of a new hair era for me, so I don't know. I'm anxious but excited. Excited.
I'm excited for you. Yeah, it's cool.
Be good. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. That's new me after this weekend, so that's good. But look, I've been talking about so much. Did play Little Mario Party over this this break.
Which one?
It was like the new one on, not the new one, like the latest one on Switch. I forget what it's called, but it was like the last one they put out.
There's like, I don't know the order of which they came out because I have one of those Mario parties and it's All Stars. I think All Stars is the name.
That might be
it. That might be it's like supposed to be all of them.
Yeah,
like
it's
together.
Like different maps.
All the original like classics from like N64 and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have been it. It was like the most recent one that came out. So I was playing some of that. It was fun though. It was nice.
Sick.
Played, had a couple drinks too. Had some fun with it, So some adult Mario Party.
Did you win? Did you win? Are you professional?
Got second, I think. Second or third.
Second?
I got we played a couple weeks back.
Don't invite that person back.
Saying, dude. Like, a couple weeks back, like, I think the person that ended up getting first was like third or fourth for the longest time. And then it was like just a steal win at the end off some like bonus stars and whatnot. I'm just like, oh, come on.
Well, that's so typical with Mario Party.
Yeah.
That's how it's like designed to be. It's like almost like a coin flip every single time I play.
Yeah. Like I've noticed in Mario Kart, it's like they always try to give those last few places a chance to get to the top very quickly.
Mario Kart in particular. Yeah. It's just like every single person that's in last place always gets stars, always gets lightning bolt,
always gets blue shell,
and then the person that's like third or fourth place always gets the red shell or the blue shell, just to make sure that like first place gets destroyed.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's crazy. It's definitely
that's part of the strategy. If you know it,
Yeah, it really is. So but like game wise, like honestly, I think that was all I played, man. Even when I was sick, like I don't know why, I was just like. I just wanted
to
just
like deteriorated?
Yeah, lay down, in bed, just like dead, dude.
Yeah, vegetable life. Yeah,
like that was kind of it's towards the peak of it. That was kind of where I was, dude. I was just like didn't want to like focus on anything.
Yeah, I get that.
So, yeah, man. That was it was pretty much it. I don't know if I had any other updates. I just kind of had a little vacation, a little time off. Spent some time with friends and. That's about it, dude. I'm just kind of enjoying summer right now, really. It's nice weather, awesome, so man. I don't know, dude. Just kind of we're at a point now where like a lot of people are kind of just like taking time to just be outside and away from stuff for a little while until fall starts. So it's like just kind of taking that time.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what like the game industry has been in June and July. It's just everybody just like goes into a hermit phase. Well, yeah, we're getting excited for like August releases, which I feel like don't really exist. It's like it's all like September or November, or like Halloween related horror games and stuff that always comes out in like October.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's true.
July and June or July, if you want to say it that way. Very weird patch, I think. In terms of like gaming.
Yeah, dude. I guess I'm reflecting the games industry right now because it's just like July. It's just very. Or just taking some time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, like for me, I've been watching. I mean, like for the people in the video, you already know. Like I'm wearing England Euro gear. Very excited. That they actually won. That I'm shocked that they're in the final. But that's mostly what I've been watching. It was like I was watching like sports and stuff, like traditional sports. I've been playing more Halo 2 again, which has actually been fairly interesting.
Okay.
My partner over here has been giving me a hard time. She's just like, you need to move your Xbox into the living room so we can play Elden Ring. I heard it's really good. We need to play like Baldur's Gate. And I was talking to you before we started recording. I was just like, yeah, that's like on my to-do list for sure. That and like Tears of the Kingdom. Dude, I played like 10 minutes of Tears of the Kingdom. I've been so stressed out of my mind of like all the things that I need to take care of in the next like month, really, that I am so looking forward to like August 1st when I can finally just like sit down at this beautiful desk and just plug in my controller, put in my earbuds. These are noise cancellation earbuds, and just zone out and just play Elden Ring, play like I need to beat Cyberpunk. It's so much of a to-do list, but I kind of digress there. But the last like couple of games I've been playing has been Halo 2 a lot. I've been playing a little bit of Rocket League here and there. And honestly, I've been wanting to play uh Mario Party because
Yeah.
that's like been the game of choice. Just it's so much fun. It reminds me of my childhood,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of good memories, man, for sure.
Of course, yeah.
Oh man, a lot of those mini games, dude. They come up and you're just like, dude, I don't like it's just like either this is like the second time we were playing and we were still getting mini games that we hadn't played yet. It was like
really?
Still like fresh games.
Oh, wow.
Like it was a lot.
That's so wild because like I don't know, I've been playing video games for so long. And I'm like I think I'm like 7 years older than you, maybe? I don't know. Dude,
Something like that. I don't know
Jeez.
who's counting.
Yeah, but like I've been playing Mario Party since it came out. So most of the games that are like in the most recent Mario Party for Nintendo Switch are throwbacks for me, but I played them like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
On like the N64, but I also own like Mario Party 2 on the N64 because I'm like trying to collect. It's a very interesting like games play differently when they're on new hardware compared to what they used to be. And it's a very interesting dynamic because you would think you'd be like ready for them of like, oh well, what's a good game that's always been in Mario Party? Maybe Mario Party 2 started when everybody's bouncing on the ball, like balancing on the ball. And it's like a giant cliff face.
Yeah.
You got
and
you gotta like bounce up against each other.
Yep.
The mechanics of that change based on like the era of the console that you're playing on. Because like N64 was a little bit delayed. It was very like sluggish and kind of like latency based because it's old technology, right? But then when you play on the Switch, it's like immediate. So the games are like way more intense, I think. It's like I'm not gonna say more personal, but threatening, maybe.
There's way more like margin for error and
it's a good time though. I think.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's one of my least favorite mini games, honestly. But it's like,
oh really?
Because like I don't know, like, dude, like I'm not gonna lie, most of mini games, like I just hadn't played in so long, I just sucked. Yeah. Like I was like last one out, or like sometimes I get lucky and be like first or like second, but it was like I don't know, man. It was a struggle bus at some points where I was just like, dude, I cannot win a game. Like, but I was still getting stars and I was like ahead of most people. But I was like, dude, the mini games where I just suffered, like it's just not winning. So.
Well, that's the beauty of like Mario Party because everybody has a chance. I mean, we talked about it earlier. It's just like there are different ways to get the stars, and they give like bonuses. Like who got the most gold coins would get like a star at the end. Who got maybe who got the most red spaces will get a star at the end.
Yeah, like who traveled the most, the least. Like,
who traveled the most. Like there were so many different things, and then like it picked and chose at the end of every single one of the games to make it as close as possible. So you were like with your friends, and you're like at the edge of your seat, you're just like, oh wait, I don't actually know who's gonna win this. And it was really cool. Like I feel like Mario Party might be one of the most innovative games in a long time.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like couch games, and that might go into why I've always viewed as like Mario in general being like a super character for video games, but also Nintendo being the perfect like console compadre kind of like a fellowship kind of game.
I mean, it's perfect couch console. Pretty much every single one of them.
Like,
they always found a way to, bring community, like real life community kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I love it, man.
It's like, dude, we are not friends unless you beat me on Star Fox's Warship on N64, Super Smash Bros.
Yes,
like that kind of attitude.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, good times. But yeah, before we even get started, I just have to say, dude, last week, or I guess the last time we recorded, we were talking about July. I was talking about July sports. I was like, man, I don't know if I'll be watching much in July. And then you mentioned Copa and the Euro. And I'm hooked, man. That's what I've been watching. So,
you have.
So yeah, I've been invested. So hey, you weren't wrong.
It's a good time.
Stuff in July to watch.
You know what you know what it really is, and I've been telling this to everybody I've been like speaking to, specifically Americans that are like aren't really interested in the sport. As long as you know the drama between each one of the individual players, maybe their manager, the national manager,
Yeah,
and the people that they're playing against, because you see so many times they're like England and the Netherlands. There were multiple players that were on like Liverpool, Manchester City,
yeah,
United, or whatever big club names that were facing against their England counterparts that were also at the same club level. And when you have that like extra dynamic of like relationships, it becomes a drama show. And it
yeah,
becomes a little bit more elevated for people that aren't English or aren't from Holland. They become more interested because they might be a fan of one of the various clubs, you know?
yeah, sure.
So
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's pretty cool. Very
Yeah,
cool to see.
yeah, it's all interesting stuff, man. So, yeah, if you're looking for sports to watch in July, you're deprived, dude. Flip on the tournaments because they're pretty good.
Yeah. It's insane. It's a good time. But we
It
have
is.
been chatting for the last like 15, 16 minutes. Should we get into this week's articles? I mean,
I think we should, dude.
I
It's
think we
time to talk
should,
about some
sir.
news. Uh,
Yes, sir.
my
Let's go.
cat is currently sitting on top of my PC tower right now, so may see an appearance in a
Uh-oh.
little bit. Just saying. um, anyways, so we start off with gamesindustry.biz. Got a great article coming from Vicky Blake, contributor. Voice-controlled game developer Volley closes Series C funding with $55 million. This latest funding round will accelerate our development of new voice-controlled AI-powered games. Don't hear too much about voice-controlled games, I must say. It's like a
No, not even close.
gets me interested. Anyway, the article reads: voice-controlled game developer Volley has closed its Series C funding round and secured $55 million. It follows Volley's Series A round in 2020 and Series B round in 2022, both of which were led by Lightspeed Venture Partners. Round C was co-led by Microsoft's M12 Ventures and Lightspeed again, with participation from Causeway Media Partners, General Catalyst, Amazon Alexa Fund, Bitcraft, Y Combinator, Boost VC. I just love these names.
Who?
Alumni Ventures, Waverly, Gangles, and Riverside. It's like something like those last few. It's like these are like partners in this fund.
It sounds fake, to be honest.
Well, what are you writing, Vicky? What the hell is going on? So Volley, which was founded by Max Child and James Wilsterman in 2016, says it is a highest grossing AI-powered game company and a leading creator of AI-powered games for smart TVs and Alexa devices, engaging over 5 million players each month. Hey, you ever
That's
like
all I feel.
fire up your
Yeah.
TV, play some games? I'd be by Volley, dude.
All right, I'm awake.
It uses speech recognition, natural language processing, large language models, and speech synthesis to create seamless, simple, joyful entertainment. This latest funding round will accelerate our development for new voice-controlled AI-powered games, Child, who serves as CEO, said. Quote, large language models and other emerging voice AI technologies are allowing us to create entirely new categories of games that weren't previously possible. We're thrilled to grow our portfolio of titles and reach new customers with the support of Microsoft and Lightspeed. I think, yeah, like out of all those names listed, I think it's interesting to hear that Microsoft has some sort of involvement through kind of one of their ventures. Amazon
Yes.
Alexa
Yeah.
Fund, I thought that was interesting. It kind of makes more sense when they talk about, these games are going to be made for typically smart TVs, Alexa devices. Like it's, voice controlled games, voice powered games. So I think it makes sense kind of the market they're going for and kind of why these specific people would be involved. But yeah, dude, like a lot of these, I've just never heard of a lot of these funds, and maybe we're just not business people. I don't know. Like I've just never heard of some of these.
No, I'm on the same page as you. I'm not familiar with any of these funds. The only one that I'm like actually rings the bell is Lightspeed, but I feel like that's the project that Microsoft has been working on for a very long time, specifically with AI.
Yeah,
So it's good to see the, I guess, reemergence of that name. But
yeah,
I mean, you and I don't know much about the branding, I don't think.
yeah.
It's a
No, I
very
mean,
interesting concept, though.
yeah, it definitely is. I'd be interested to see kind of. I feel like these games would be relatively like remedial. Like they wouldn't be like crazy in depth like adventures or anything. It's kind of just like
Yeah.
You just want to like do something for 5-10 minutes while you're like waiting on something. It's like, all right,
Well,
fire up the TV.
I feel like that's most of the problem with these types of products when they claim they're like AI driven or like more innovative, and we don't know much about them because they're not like a triple A title or IP.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how much do we care? Which is kind of like a bad thing to think of because maybe it's a pop, like it could be a bop. Like it could launch and
Yeah.
just be something
Yeah.
incredibly unique and be very good, but we have no idea because I don't know. Maybe it's
Yeah.
like our preconceptions of what we've experienced in the past.
Yeah. Makes you
I don't
wonder
know.
how like the Alexa powered games would go. Like, because I know
Exactly. Yeah,
I've
that's what
heard
I
of
mean.
like, I think I've heard of like Skyrim on Alexa. Didn't they have? Did they make a Skyrim
Yeah,
version for
yeah.
Alexa?
Yeah, they
Just kind
did.
of like that,
100%. Yeah.
all voice powered and kind of telling you like where you're going and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like, how does that work?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes me makes you wonder really. But yeah, I mean, I
It
also
really
think
does.
maybe it's something similar. I don't know. But yeah, I'd be curious to see kind of more of these games and see what they're turning up here because I mean, it sounds interesting, but I just never heard of something like this. So
Yeah, I think it might be maybe a trial run of where the industry could be going
yeah,
in terms of like development. So perhaps it could,
yeah,
who knows? This could be an absolute success with a new game developer, voice controlled. That'd be really cool because it opens up a whole new um, opportunity for people that maybe they don't have motor functions, like with their arms, legs, or whatever. And
that's true.
yeah, it's like voice controlled. I feel you know what might be a good opportunity for this is something similar to the Walking Dead games or Life is Strange, which I know you're familiar with.
Yeah,
That can be I feel like that game could be voice controlled without much issue.
yeah, like something like that. Yeah, like a choice kind of game. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
for sure.
choice-based story-driven content. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I think it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I think of like Until Dawn. I know that's getting a remake. I mean, something like that. It's
Yeah.
like I know obviously those games are like controlling a character and everything between the cutscenes. Like obviously the
Yeah.
primary focus is the choices and the cutscenes, and it's kind of like a movie, playable movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to tailor more to like a play, like just like bringing you from cutscene to cutscene kind of thing. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I know like that game As Dust Falls that I was playing a little bit last year. I mean, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it was one of the, it was very like kind of a comic book sort of style where it was like panels and you made choices, very choice driven.
You're right,
You
yeah.
weren't really controlling anything. It was very much just like, hey, here's two choices. You have to make them in a certain amount of time, and it's gonna completely deviate the story
Yeah.
to a different thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that would probably be
It's
pretty
like
perfect.
a spider web of the narrative. Like
Yeah.
yeah, Crossroads is like you have one decision and then what you choose branches and then that leads into another one.
Yeah.
There's like a specific term for that. I want to think like what it actually reminds me of is like universes in Infinity War or like Marvel
Like a
Cinematic Universe.
multiverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiverse because like each decision builds a new universe where
Yeah.
that happens. And it's pretty cool that's like maybe that
Yeah.
could work with video games. And I feel like it
Maybe.
has, honestly, already. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
cool
dude.
little story.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice little one, but yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what Volley cooks up. Maybe hear some more about it.
Yeah. I think we will just because it's like supported by Microsoft and stuff.
For sure.
But shall we go to the next one? And
Yeah.
my first interaction with this when you pulled up the article was like, this logo's pretty sick. I love it.
um,
Um, yeah, so this article is coming from GameIndustry.biz, which we've covered all the freaking time. Honestly, we just covered it. It is also by Vicky Blake. And the title of the article is Former Piranha Bytes Devs Form Pithead Studio. So the developers hope to continue developing, in quotes, immersive and fantastic indie games, which is always good to see because on the M2 podcast, you and I, Kyle, we both support and love indie games because honestly, I feel like I don't know how you feel exactly about it, but I've always felt like indie devs are the only ones that are actually innovating.
I mean,
And
yeah,
when they produce
it's
proper content, all the AAAs come out of the woodwork and they're just like, "This is a good idea. Let's adopt it." That
and
kind
we've
of
been
attitude.
saying it for so long, dude. And it's true.
Yeah, I truly feel that way.
It's just like, yeah, you see these. I'll never get over like the most recent one with like the game where you are playing the game in 3D on a 2D device, and like
Very
what you're
cool.
doing on the device is what you're doing in It's just like something that's wild. The photo one, you take a photo, and then like all of a sudden, like you kind of change your perspective, and the photo's permanent.
Yes.
Walk in, like.
Oh yeah, yeah. What?
I
I
forget
can't
what it's
remember the
called,
name of
but
that
yeah.
game. It
Yeah.
won multiple awards. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
I mean, like
It was
that's a
great game.
crazy idea. Like so.
It's very unique, and I feel like indie devs, indie games in general, like are branching out and creating something entirely unique.
Yeah. Sure.
It's actually, I feel like they're the only ones that are like pushing the boundary of what technology can do, whereas the AAA devs are just chasing a paycheck.
Yeah, for the
It's
most
very
part.
sad to see, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of the way the industry really.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
I mean, they gotta stay profitable, and
yeah.
I guess that's their play. One of the developers in this list actually is kind of exciting. Well, not the list, the article. It's pretty exciting. But let's get into it. So Piranha Bytes, Bjorn? Is it Bjorn or
Bjorn.
Bjorn?
Bjorn. I think Bjorn.
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 I think you're correct. Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Pankratz and Jennifer Pankratz. I assume they're probably married. Who knows? Maybe related at least. Have founded Pithead Studio. So Jennifer and Bjorn, who previously served Piranha Bytes as story and game designer and creative director, respectively, hope to develop immersive and fantastic indie games at their new startup, Pithead, which was founded July 4th, 2024. Happy birthday, America. You literally fist one and pumped before I even said that. Yeah, let's go. Anyways, let's go. Neither developer commentated. Yeah, whatever. Directly on their former employer. That looks wrong, by the way. Embracer owned Piranha Bytes, which is thought to have shut down at the end of June. The pair have rebranded their YouTube page to match their new venture and uploaded a 5-minute long video detailing what's next for the team, explaining that their new studio's name was inspired by the mine shafts near their home. Interesting. That could be pretty cool.
Minecraft vibes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Minecraft vibes, but mine shafts, like cave systems and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so THQ is the developer brand that I was talking about. THQ, I remember that logo when I was playing like Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the N64. Tony Hawk Pro Skater
THQ,
1,
baby.
2, 3, like crazy.
Now it's like
I always
only
thought
THQ Nordic. It's like
exactly, yeah. So THQ Nordic acquired German game developer Piranha Bytes back in 2019. Neither Embracer nor Piranha have commented formally on the reported closure. So who knows if they're still alive? Honestly, you can probably say like it's not closed. We have one guy there. Doesn't matter. Like
probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Well,
I mean, this could be a good opportunity. I think. What do you think, Kyle?
No, I mean, I agree. The only complaint I have about this article is when they first introduced Bjorn, they had the nice little proper O, and then the second time they introduced him, or the second time they mentioned
You're
him,
right.
Where's the O?
You are absolutely right.
Where's
yeah.
the
Where are my double dots? Double
my
dots.
double dots at, dude? Bjorn. It's literally Bjorn. Like, what is going on, dude?
Yeah, you're actually right. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, all jokes aside, yeah, I mean, always excited to see some new kind of indie studio. Every time I see articles talking about like, oh, new startup or like a new studio like opens up, I mean, it's always something I want to like mention because I think it's just always good to see, especially in this current state of the industry. It's always good to see new, and not shutting down and closing. So, yeah, dude, I'm excited to hopefully hear more of these people, see what they make, and. Oh my god, dude! I'm excited for indie games, man. Any studio like this, I'm always excited to see what they have. Whenever indie's mentioned, kind of like any of these showcases or anything, I always try to keep an open mind throughout that segment because I know I'm going to see some radical stuff and some stuff I probably wouldn't expect, and stuff I'm probably not normally used to seeing. So yeah, but I'm excited, man. Sounds like a good time. And hey, the inspiration for the studio name, get behind it, dude. That's like stuff like that's like cool to hear. So
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It just got it like has me questioning what's going on because it's like THQ is a very well known brand and kind of like a legend in gaming, right? So the fact that they bought or like acquired Piranha Bytes and then these two developers, which I assume are like pretty big heads if they're creating this new studio,
yeah, yeah,
it makes you kind of wonder, is like, why did they leave in the first place? What happened along the way? And if they did leave, that's a huge risk. I bet they have a good idea of what they want to do with the new studio. So that can be like a question of what the heck is going on with THQ Nordic for them to lose somebody like this to where they feel confident enough to be like, you know what? I don't want you to have my product line. I'm gonna go create something I want to create. And
yeah,
then maybe that new game or that new studio has something very unique, or maybe I don't know. There's like it's a lot of brainstorming, I think, a lot of like rumors going on. So hopefully what they're saying is like it can be immersive and a fantastic indie game. Like that'd be sick. Like I want to see something new. I want to be excited.
yeah.
So
Ah,
this could
dude.
be a really good opportunity, and there's a lot of momentum that can come from this
Yeah, for
if you're
sure.
them.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. I think if you're going to do something like this and branch out, start a new studio, like, you better have a good idea. You better have something already
Exactly.
planned,
Like
right? Like, I mean,
yeah,
you
it's a
could
bit.
certainly just jump out, like, just be like, all right, let's just make something and figure it out on the way. I mean, you could certainly do that. But I know for someone like me, it's like if I'm leaving something and starting something new, like, I want to at least have an idea first of kind of what I want to make, and
Well, it takes a lot of self-belief, doesn't it?
it really does, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's at the end of the day, it's the biggest
and
thing.
quite honestly, I don't know enough research. I haven't done enough research on Bjorn or Jennifer. Uh, are they married? Are they siblings? Like that could matter in a dynamic of creating your own studio,
Yeah,
possibly. Like, but if let's say they're married, um, that could be like a very like galvanizing experience to create your own company. And
yeah,
you're only going to do that if you truly believe in it.
yeah.
So maybe they've had like something that they've been cooking up for like years.
Dude,
Like
wouldn't that be kind of crazy?
THC, yeah,
Like you
like
launched a
you
studio and
don't
then like within a year you got your game out. Like
yeah.
that'd be something. That'd be something else, man.
Yeah, like quite literally that could happen. We don't know. So,
Yeah,
um it would be very cool to see something new.
yeah,
And I I don't know how you feel about like the gaming industry, but sometimes like dude, shooters haven't been very innovative in a very long time. RTS games, they're kind of the same like cookie cutter thing. I'm like, dude,
dude.
I want something that's gonna shake it up.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
I want something that I'm just like all I want to talk about is this game, you
Yeah,
know?
dude.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you literally took the
yeah.
words out of my mouth. I was thinking about this literally over the weekend. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time. Like when I just think of a shooter now, like I just have no excitement anymore, and it's like it's just one of those
You
genres that I
shouldn't.
think I don't know if I've outgrown or there just hasn't been anything crazy. I mean, but it's just one of those genres, man. I don't get excited anymore when I
It's
hear it.
it's all the same.
Yeah,
Shooters are all the same. And you can have like great stories that will really bring you in and you'll play a shooter no matter what. Like that's what brought me back to Halo so many times. That's what
yeah,
brings me back to Call of Duty. Every single new Call of Duty game, if there's a good story or if like they show us trailer and there's like new campaign out, I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I've been playing Call of Duty games forever. I don't think multiplayer is good. I don't want to compete in it, but like that's something that brings me back.
yeah,
And I think a lot of shooters just being hyper specific of what you're saying, they've kind of lost innovation. Like, honest to God, there's not much going for it. It's the same crap, just a different way to do it.
yeah.
Like, barely a different way to do it. The only thing that I think changed in a first person shooter is that alien game where like the guns are aliens and they talk back at you. Was
Oh,
that like
high
and that
on
was a
life,
fan
high on life, high on
high on life. Yeah, that was a fantastic story. The games talk back at you, but multiplayer wasn't really involved, was it?
mm,
And that's the thing. I don't think multiplayer needs to be involved. I think multiplayers need to be a secondary trait of shooters. And along the lines in the last like 10 years, probably since like I think Gears of War 3, Halo 3, became super popular and became like an esport, or that was like the early rendition, I guess, in like 2008. They started focusing more on multiplayer. Like, no, that's not why I'm playing the games, dude. That's not why the masses ain't playing the games. Like, you gotta have the story. You gotta bring me in, man. You gotta bring me back too. I don't care. It's all the same shooter. I've been playing the same shooter since freaking Doom launched. You know?
Totally. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need something else to hook in other than just the shooting part, because the shooting is just supplementary. It's not shouldn't be the main reason. So but yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know if they're making a shooter. I don't know what they're making.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, we have gone off the rails. but like who knows? They could be doing like an adventure, like action adventure game. Like, who knows? The most recent like Zelda game could be anything.
Dude, I'm always down for something immersive. So I know that the word's kind of maybe buzzy to some people, but I don't know. It gets me excited.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of why we brought it up, is we're kind of brainstorming. But I'll let you go. Let's get into the next article.
Let's get into the next thing. Did you like gamesindustry.biz? Because we got more of it. It's like 3 articles this week.
Quite honestly, it's a lot of them. I just downloaded the update for this game, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay,
I'm very excited.
Well, the game that Mike's talking about is the card in the article is for Palworld. I don't think the article itself is actually something slightly different, but hey, let's get into it. So Sony Music, Aniplex, and Pocketpair form Palworld Entertainment. It's a new joint venture to focus on Palworld's IP expansion via licensing opportunities, among others. And then the article has a nice Palworld kind of card on it.
Yeah, a screenshot or whatever.
Yeah. Hero, I think if you're getting the UI terms, I don't know how it's been a while since I've done front end stuff, but listen. Maria, D'Alessandra. Oh, I had to like.
Oh, that was good.
I had to piece that out.
I feel like it's easier than it looks.
Yeah.
Like once you pronounced it, I was like, you crush it.
D'Alessandra, yeah. She wrote this, a deputy editor over at gamesindustry.biz. Sony Music Entertainment, Aniplex, and Palworld developer Pocketpair have joined forces to create a joint venture called Palworld Entertainment. The move was announced on social media, and with the post saying the joint venture will aim at continuing Palworld's global development. Silicon Era reported that Palworld Entertainment will focus on expanding the IP, including via licensing opportunities and merchandise to be sold on Aniplex's store. Palworld, released at the beginning of the year, quickly became an unexpected hit, selling 6 million copies in 4 days. Sales kept going, and Pocketpair's title soon became the biggest third-party Xbox Game Pass launch. By the end of February, Palworld reached 25 million players. Soon after launch, GamesIndustry.biz talked to legal experts about what the developers could learn from the Palworld versus Pokemon debate, whether Pocketpair's hit infringed on the Pokemon company's IP rights. And that's really the end of the article. But this thing, dude, we're taking Palworld. We're expanding it. A lot of stuff. They just recently had an update that was announced kind of, last month. It's crazy to think it's been a month already since Games Fest.
It really has, yeah.
But yeah, end of last month was when the new patch came for Palworld, added some more pals, added pretty much a whole new world. I still haven't played it yet. It's something I need to dive into, but yeah, man, this game, it was it's one of those things, like, it's just crazy we had like a surprise hit like this at the start of the year. It's always good to see that. Seems like every year. It's like every year.
There's always.
I would be looking forward to that January, February, because like there's gonna be some game that's gonna pop off. Like last year was it's Hogwarts Legacy. This year it's Palworld.
You're actually right. Yeah,
like Elden Ring the year before. It's like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, there's some game that like nobody really mentions, or like there's maybe minimal hype, and the moment it launches, everybody's just like, "Oh my god, have you seen this?" And then you like lose their minds, and that's all that's talked about on Twitter, or like even like Forbes or Business Inquiry, or like whatever non-direct link to video game industry stuff. It's like that's when you know you made it. It's like when all anybody's really talking about is like YouTube stuff. It's wild. So pretty sick. Yeah, I haven't played Palworld in ages. When was the last time you played it?
Oh man, last time I played,
yeah,
probably March. I ain't gonna cap, dude. It's been a while.
At least I updated it. I updated it like last night.
Mine probably auto updated. Listen, All I'm saying is they're gonna do merch and stuff. If they make the sheep pal and a plushie, come on, that might be an easy cop. I'm just saying, make a nice plushie of some of these pals. Like they could play. Anyway, that they could do that. I'm curious to see kind of the merch, how that's gonna be, like what kind of stuff they actually release. Yeah, Sony Music being on this too. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
some music stuff.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, there's so much opportunity for Palworld, and I think when Palworld first popped off, the developers were like, "Holy crap!" Like they were stunned that this was so popular, and obviously, like a lot of it came for like Pokemon, and that's one of the reasons why the debate was mentioned of just Palworld versus Pokemon. But I mean, Pokemon, you snooze if like you lose if you snooze, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They should have made this ages ago, and the fact that Palworld came through and made it, it makes you wonder. It's just like, well, Pokemon can still do that, and I'd be still really interested in going hunting down Charizards, instead of hunting down like some random Palworld stuff.
It's true, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, Game Freak. If y'all really want to make a good game, like,
wake up, baby.
Chance, dude. Yeah, for real. Like, I mean,
yeah, we'll see if they actually do. Yeah, but this is such a good like. Honestly, like Palworld. I don't know. Would you consider a ripoff? I wouldn't. I think they put in their own effort, their own design, and it's a very much original idea that I can perceive as this is awesome.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, dude,
I think it's cool.
Like, it's still here, you know.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
I don't think they're. Yeah, I mean, I think what they did was like, you know, I think it was something that a lot of people wanted. They're just like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll add guns while we're at it because why not?
Yeah,
and it's kind of just like
Pokemon would never.
I mean, yeah, they could never. Like, it's like they're doing. I mean, they're able to do stuff that Pokemon would never be able to do. So I mean, there's that too, and it certainly helped the success. I mean, I think that like what I'm most excited about is Pocketpair, and just now that they have like generational money for their studio, it's like, and they really could just like do whatever they want at this point. Like that's got me excited because now it's like you made a good idea, you knocked it out of the park, and now it's like you could do anything. So it's like just kind of like the world is your oyster at this point. That's really got me excited for Pocketpair and got to see what they do. But yeah, dude, like, dude, make some merch. Make some music, like, dude, just do whatever, man, and like, just milk this because like not only this new patch that came out, like, is it new stuff, but like, I mean, there's opportunities for other games and even other worlds, and they can expand on it. Yeah, it's like the road is endless. I feel like on a game like this, so they can. Yeah,
their newest update, like, add a whole new world and add like more pals and stuff.
I think it's even like introducing PvP. I think a little bit. It's kind of
they always said they were going to do that, and it's good to see that like that is still on the horizon.
Yeah, on the roadmap.
Like some companies would just be like, "Oh, everybody said they want this. Like, let's promise that happens." Just like, are you actually making efforts? And Palworld has. So yeah, hopefully that happens soon. I mean, that'd be really sick, and it's gonna make me feel super left out because I didn't keep grinding Palworld. Get prepared for the PvP. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm just excited for Pocketpair, dude. Excited to see what they do. Yeah, and it seems like it's the next step in expanding. So excited, man. Let's go, dude. Let's go, Palworld. Palworld.
Clap, clap, clap.
Love it, dude. Should we talk about America? And I will say one more thing. Listen, I will say, Pocketpair. Listen, whatever you do, stay third party with Xbox. Don't join them. You know what happened to the last Japanese studio that joined them. Don't do it. Stay independent.
It's your own thing only. Don't mess up.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Now we move on to America.
All right, let's move on to the almighty Stars and Stripes and all this other stuff. So this article is coming from The Verge. It's coming from Sean Hollister, who we've covered multiple times over. I swear, I feel like we've covered Sean Hollister every single episode for the last ever, honestly. But this one's going into, title of the article is, The FTC is investigating PC manufacturers who scare you away from your right to repair. It's putting ASRock, Gigabyte, and Zotac on notice. Makes me like really interested because I know all those brands. I know they're well reputable brands. I know like Zotac in particular, they have really good GPUs that are usually overclocked. They have high speeds and they're affordable. They're like good money. Same thing with Gigabyte, but they have like more variety in accessories.
Yeah.
So let us dive into this one. Very curious to know. Um, so Sean starts off by saying, ever since or ever seen one of those, in air quotes, warranty void if removed stickers covering the screw holes on a gadget. Today, the FTC is reminding ASRock, Gigabyte, and Zotac that they are illegal. Makes me very interested because I've removed so many of those. You and I have probably removed so many of those by doing like old school retrofitting stuff.
Yep.
I know Microsoft for the longest time, like you would remove the screw on the back of the controller to like modify them, and like I used to add LED lights. You'd be like, yeah, void warranty by doing this. Like, shut
Yeah.
up.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, so in fact, the FTC sent letters to ASRock, Gigabyte, and Zotac that suggest the FTC's concerns aren't just skin sticker deep.
Mhm.
Each letter tells the manufacturer to change its warranty and review its customer support practices to make sure they aren't illegally threatening your warranty. And in quotes, staff would be concerned if Gigabyte, in practice, denied warranty coverage based on the warranty provisions quoted above or any similar provisions, reads part of the letter. As of today, each of these companies' warranties does include such a threat. The very first line in ASRock's warranty reads, manufacturer's warranty will be null and void if products are modified, damaged, or otherwise tampered with. For example, the outer case is opened or additional optional parts or components are installed or removed. Gigabyte includes, in quotes, if the manufacturing sticker inside the product was removed or damaged, it would no longer be covered by warranty. The particular right to repair law the FTC is invoking here isn't one of the state by state ones that are now taking effect. It's the federal Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act that attempts to keep companies from making bad warranties and misrepresenting them in the first place. That's honestly right off the bat, dude. I'm excited. Like this,
Mm.
this is like actually consumer friendly for once.
Yeah.
I feel like it's rare to see with FTC, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, let's power through a couple of quotes here by the FTC. So the Warranty Act prohibits warrantors of consumer products costing more than $5 from conditioning their written warranties on a consumer's use of any article or service, such as a repair service, which is identified by brand, trade, or corporate name, unless one, the warranty states that the article or service will be provided by to the consumer for free, or two, the warrantor has been granted a waiver by the commission. The FTC continues by saying the FTC investigators have copied or preserved the online pages in question, and we plan to uh, review your company's written warranty and promotional materials after 30 days. And in 2018, the FTC put Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft on notice for doing the same thing with their game studios or game consoles, as well as Asus, HTC, and Hyundai. Hyundai. Fuck. Sorry, yeah, I own a Hyundai. Nintendo, Sony, and Hyundai updated their policies less than 2 months later. iFixit, which I've known based on like every single tech YouTuber ever
Promoting their
has one,
screwdrivers.
honestly, has a blog on how warranty void if removed stickers may be legal in other parts of the world. Asus has also recently been rethinking its customer support and warranty after Gamers Nexus investigation, but that one didn't have to do with voided warranties. Gamers Nexus is all about like calling people out for bad practices.
Very true.
But yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for just the FTC not just investigating PC manufacturers, but just hey, like, what is actually voiding the warranty? You can't just be screwing people over. Like, you have to allow people when they buy a product of yours, if they need to make customizability, what actually justifies breaching the warranty?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going on here.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you send in a console or a controller and it's just like on fire, burned, like just not in good not in good shape, I feel like that's like, all right, yeah, there's no way we could honor this kind of thing. That's like, the warranty stickers overall, I think for some time they've been illegal, if I'm not mistaken, like for a while now. At least in the United States. So it's one of those things that it's silly when you see those, and there's like some third party companies that were doing it, and it's just like people are like calling them out for it, like you're selling this in the United States, you like can't do this. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean I've seen stuff like this, but yeah, I mean I totally agree. Like it's so funny looking back, seeing all like the older consoles. If you're trying to like fix or mod like an older console, like you'll see that sticker if it's like not been opened, or if it has been opened, you'll see it cut through, and it's like it's just so funny, man.
Or like it's very clearly heated.
Yeah.
To be pulled off.
Yeah.
To like unscrew it and then like pull it back over.
Like
multiple of my Xboxes have that, multiple controllers. So
yeah,
it's so ridiculous. I unscrew it and get into like the innards of the electronics that are so freaking basic. You're gonna say that's been voided by warranty? That's silly. Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's wake up, guys.
I like, I get the intention to a certain extent, right? Like you don't want because you don't know what's been broken, or you don't know what's been tampered with, or if like something was tampered with to an extent that you'd be like, well, we don't have a right to repair to this point because you've messed with it so much. I get that, but yeah, I think you should still but like 96% of people I feel like are like just gonna open it to either just look at it, see if it's something easy, or like they're just curious and they want to open it and see. I feel like that's most cases, right? Like, there's not really much malicious intent out there of people being like, "Let me just mess with this and then send it back to get a free one." Yeah, like it's just
that's got to be so rare, man. So rare.
So yeah, I mean, look, I'm totally in agreement. It's like if FTC starts cracking down on this, like look, don't do like dumb stickers on devices and be like, "Well, we won't fix it now because, you put your grubby hands on it." I think it's just I think it's just dumb. So I totally agree with this. Of just like, there's no point making this legal. It's just allowing these companies to do something like this. And if you want to open up to check something, like you have no opportunity to actually take it back to the company and they can make right on something if it really does break. I don't know. Just dumb, dude. Let's go FTC. FTCW.
Very rare W, it feels like.
Oh, no kidding, dude. But yeah, dude, ASRock, Gigabyte, Zotac. But yeah, like all reputable brands. So I think it's
they're super well known. I feel like
I think it's funny that they're doing this stuff to the point where FTC's like, look, you gotta like reword this or take this out. It just doesn't make
correct
sense.
It real quick.
That's funny. It's funny.
Oh man. All right, what do you say we dive into the final article of the podcast?
It's the main article of the week. Everybody, listen.
Game Pass. Man.
Oh,
How
baby.
do you feel about it off the start? Hold on. I'm jumping the gun here. Just get into it, and then I can ask you that. How do you feel?
Let's get into this. All right. This comes from IGN, Rebecca Valentine, Ryan Dinsdale, the GOATs on this one. Xbox Game Pass standard tier won't include day one titles as Microsoft hikes prices again. And in the subheader, Ultimate will be rising to $20 a month. To a D20.
What about the other tiers? That's how my brain goes in.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's read this. Microsoft has quietly revealed it will not include day one releases like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in the standard Game Pass tier amid price hikes to the service. First supported by Windows Central and outlined by Xbox support, Microsoft is raising the price of Game Pass Ultimate from $17 a month to $20 a month in the US. It's also replacing its more basic $11 Xbox Game Pass Core or Game Pass Console tier with the Xbox Game Pass Standard tier, a now $15 option a month, which doesn't include the beloved Day One release feature, specific entries to the Game Pass Ultimate Library, as they say in quotes. Access to EA Play, Xbox Cloud Gaming, perks, quests, and discounts on games in the Game Pass library. They're just like ripping it all out, dude. That tier. All the good stuff, dude. All the goodie.
Really are.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Microsoft didn't commit to eventually bringing these titles to Xbox Game Pass either, saying titles such as Black Ops 6, Call of Duty may be added to the library at a future date. Oof. Crazy. It's a little survey here, dude. Want to answer my? I'm just kidding. This has been a little article survey.
Kind of. I mean, what's the results here? Okay, so which revised Xbox Pass tier are you most likely to subscribe to going forward? And then the number one is Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Dang, dude. 5% on the PC. I guess most people are console.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then the next one is none. I'm currently subscribed to
those
Game
last two
Pass.
choices go crazy.
But won't be after this.
None. I've never had Game Pass and don't plan to get it now. None. I'm currently subscribed to Game Pass, but won't be after this. 31% out of 5,400 votes. Dang. We're leaving, Mike.
Sheesh.
Howdy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Those wanting to play these games at launch potentially at all will therefore need to pay for the rolling $20 a month Game Pass Ultimate tier once these price changes go into effect for new members on July 10th. So literally the day we're recording this. For existing members on September 12th. So you have a couple months. Hey, if you're already subscribed, like, hold on to it once. Finally, Microsoft will only allow its users to prepay for Xbox Game Pass for console up to 13 months going forward. Users with more than 13 months already paid will not be affected. I didn't realize you could, like, 3-year pay this. Like, what's going on? Man. So, price rises will go into effect worldwide with a full list of affected countries and specific changes to local currencies. You can check the list that they have in the article. But Game Pass changes. So I'm gonna speed run through this a little bit. Listen, we got some changes. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, $20 a month. You get access to the full library of Xbox Game Pass games, PC Game Pass games, EA Play, Day One titles, online multiplayer, member deals, and discounts, perks, and cloud gaming. So you get everything that you would normally get. Xbox Game Pass Standard is $15 a month. You get access to a limited library of Xbox Game Pass games, which doesn't include Day One titles, plus online multiplayer and member deals discounts. This tier is, quote, coming soon and not necessarily alongside the September 12th price hike. PC Game Pass. Obviously, it's PC Game Pass games and EA Play. Microsoft has confirmed to IGN that Day One titles will be included in the subscription. It's a little update there. I know when I was reading this earlier, there was no confirmation on that. So it's kind of just like, are we going to get Day One titles? But it's good to see that, PC Game Pass is still going to get them. Which I think makes sense. Like, if someone doesn't have a console and they just do PC, like me, I'm only PC at this point. So I'm just like, yeah, this makes sense for me. But yeah, cool stuff there. Good to see we still get the Day One titles. So Xbox Game Pass console is going to be $12 a month. Or $11 a month. So PC Game Pass, $12. Game Pass consoles, $11 a month for existing subscribers only. This is limited library of Xbox games alongside member deals and discounts. No longer available to purchase as a new subscriber, but Day One games are still included as they were before. It's interesting. They're kind of like getting rid of it, I guess. Just like not an option. But then there's Xbox Game Pass Core, which is $10 a month. This gives you around 25 Xbox Game Pass games, online multiplayer, and member deals and discounts. That is all in that tier. As we continue on, Microsoft last raised the prices of Game Pass in 2023, raising the ultimate price to $15 a month, from $15 to $17 a month. And its first price hike since 2017, paying $15 a month for Xbox Game Pass, therefore nets users significantly less than it did just 1 year ago. Microsoft essentially removing Day One game titles, EA Play, cloud gaming, and free perks from the service in that time. Rumors have circulated since May of 24 that, or May of this year, just a couple months ago, that Xbox was pondering an additional price increase, especially given the planned addition to feature Call of Duty games at Day One to the service, following Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard last year. The gaming arm has also been making a number of cost-cutting changes in the recent months, including shutting down Tango Gameworks, Arcane Austin in May, which we talked about, announcing all the layoffs of 1,900 staff in January alone. And yeah, here we go. We got rid of people. Time to raise them prices, Mike. Gotta go crazy with it.
Dude, I don't really know how to feel about this because I thought Xbox had said they weren't going to raise the prices anymore about Xbox Game Pass after they acquired the Activision Blizzard deal with all the other games that they're going to be joining in the Game Pass umbrella. They said,
Yeah.
we're not going to raise the price. It's going to be fine. You can keep everything same as it was. It's just normal acquisition. And then, sure enough, they acquire them. All the turmoil happens. We lay off how many different studios, how many different employees, and now they're raising the prices again. It's just like it makes you wonder. Um, if you have the Xbox Game Pass, which I think you and I both do, it's a good product to have so long as you play maybe 1.5, 2 games on average per month. New game like AAA 70, like 60, $70 title game, and hopefully it's good. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Because that kind of depends with AAA titles now. I don't know, man. Like raising prices on anything like this that's subscription based, it's kind of I don't know. I feel like this hasn't been brought up enough. Like there's going to be a big impact on a lot of people that have already been on the fence about the Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how you feel about it exactly, but it's just $240 a year for the Ultimate Game Pass. Like, come on, guys, that's a lot of money, and I
Yeah.
don't I don't know I don't know, man. That it could be a lot of it could be a big increase for a lot of individuals.
Yeah. I mean, look, no, I mean, I totally agree. I think it's kind of weird with the messaging. It's like, was there going to be kind of a price increase or not? I mean, I always expected it was probably going to go higher. Like, I like the value was too good at the price it was it was at. Before last year's price hike. Then it kind of made sense when they hiked it. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely surprised it's this soon after the last one. It's only been a year. It's like, like I feel like it'd be a little longer. It would have taken a little longer than that before they rose the price. But I mean, it's one of the I don't subscribe to Ultimate just because, like I said, I don't have a console, and although the cloud gaming was good, I just didn't use it enough to warrant paying that. And now it's like now that it's 20, it's like I really don't use it enough
Yeah,
to warrant paying that. Um, I mean, yeah, personally for me, I'm sticking to my PC Game Pass. I like the titles I get on day one still. And PC's where I'm playing now. It's not really consoles anymore, so I think it's what makes sense for me. And I think to anyone, I would urge them, like, look, if you're trying to get Game Pass, if you want to check out new games and stuff, like, see what works best for you. Because if you're on PC primarily nowadays, you're probably just and you want to get Game Pass, like, get the PC tier. It's still good, and I still like it. And games I get, so um, yeah, I
well,
mean, I
yeah,
that $20, it's kind of I could see for a lot of people why that'd be hard to justify, especially when you don't really use cloud gaming much, you don't have a console. It's like, what's the point?
well, yeah. That's kind of what I'm leaning into right now because if if I mean getting to the $20 mark on a subscription based service is high.
Yeah,
When you get to the 20, like I feel like when they were already at the $15 mark, you're getting to the level where I'm questioning whether or not I need it
yeah,
because it's just like how often am I playing? If I have a PC already, which is what the Ultimate Game Pass is really for, you don't need to pay for Xbox Live anymore to play games online. You can play like on Steam. Like you already pay for an internet like
yeah,
service provider.
yeah,
So do you really need to have Xbox Live? And and then it goes into just I don't know, man. Just it makes me wonder. It's like how often I feel after a $15 price point, I get into the metrics of how much am I playing new games to where this is worth it,
it's true
you
too.
know?
Yeah,
Like when you get above $15, you go to 20 now. It's like, okay, $240. How many games is that now? Okay, so if I buy
yeah,
one game, that's $60 plus tax, we'll say it's 70. Okay, this is US dollars, right? Like
yeah,
as American. So I'm realistically looking at like 3 or 4 games, like 3.5, 4 games realistically of new AAA titles for my membership to be justified,
yeah,
right?
literally.
So how often am I playing AAA titles that are like worth $70. Because I'm not buying the collector's edition because I'm using the subscription.
Yeah.
They don't give collector's
Yeah.
edition. So it's not like you're buying $120 collector's edition. You got to think about this logically, right? And when it gets above 15, I feel like you got to actually have that consideration. And the moment you have that consideration, it's just like, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah, most people will
Like, why am I
sway the
paying?
direction of not needing it. It's like,
Yeah, it's just like I don't need this anymore. And not just that, it's just like in the economic growth of the world right now, the year 2024 of chaos. You don't
yeah.
need what you need, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I maybe I don't need HBO. You know, maybe I don't need Netflix. Maybe I
Oh
don't
man.
need YouTube Premium. Maybe I don't
Yeah.
need Xbox like Ultimate Game Pass. And I feel like when you start raising the prices after like dropping people from your company, like by dropping them, I mean like you're laying them off.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? Like you're just trying to upset your fan base, right? I'm not saying they
Yeah.
have a bad product. I'm just saying, like, from a financial standpoint, am I playing like when you get above $15, you really need to consider at that point. Like, am I actually using this?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you're right. Like I I don't think yeah, I mean I can't really like argue that. It's just like, you know, after you get like I agree. I think after that 15, it's like that's when you really
Yeah.
start to consider things. Um yeah, I mean I totally think at 20, like it was hard for me to justify
That's
the price at when it raised like when it was at 15, it was hard for me to be like, okay, I don't need Ultimate because I'm not really using much of the services
yeah.
already. And so I was like, I'm gonna reduce it down to the PC tier because I don't use Ultimate much. And so now it's like now I'm really not gonna go Ultimate. Like just I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. It's just like when I had more time on my hands, like last year, $20, totally worth it because I was knocking out like 5, 6
yeah,
different games. Sure, maybe they weren't worth $60 AAA games, but I was playing games in totality.
yeah,
But now I'm busy. I got more things going on, right? So for me personally, it's just like, dude, do I actually need this? Like,
yeah,
do I really?
yeah,
It's hard to say.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't think it's I don't think it's well thought through. Raising it to $20 a month, like, jeez, man.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
seriously, how many people can actually afford $240 a year
yeah. I mean, I don't know,
on
probably not
video
many.
games?
I mean, look, do I have friends that haven't subbed to Game Pass for a long time now? Because it's just like, you know, they dipped out, you know, years ago, maybe even last
Yeah.
year. So yeah,
It's really sad
it's
because
weird. Yeah,
you and I have been like the biggest proponents of like how successful Game Pass is.
yeah. And how
And
much value
how
was in
like
it?
all the benefit. Yeah, because like you get to get every single one of the AAA studio games. You get to get like indie dev games, and Microsoft kept buying up more and more studios and like partnerships. It was such a good like ecosystem that was being built,
Yeah,
which is a really good thing. But when you get to the price limit, it's like, dude, if they're skipping meals to like play games,
yeah.
like it ain't a joke
It ain't a
anymore, you
joke,
know?
man. Yeah, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. Look, I think the overall consensus from us is just like, you know, really evaluate this. It's like it may not be the best deal like,
No,
anymore.
no.
Um,
I
just
think what I'm trying to get at right now is just at $15 you were kind of thinking about it. Like
yeah,
from I'm not saying like most people, but just like if you could already afford Ultimate, you were on the fence. You're just like, yeah, I could probably play
yeah,
like 3 games for sure and be fine. It makes sense. New Call of Duty is coming out. Like that's gonna give me like $15 a month worth of fun. Like maybe I'll get a couple of weapon skins. It's like you can kind of like rationalize it.
yeah.
When you get to that $20 mark, you're just like, brother, I don't know. I don't know,
I don't know
man. I
about
don't know
this.
if I want this.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know
Like it
about
makes you
this.
guess. And the moment you start guessing, you're just like, nah, no more. And the thing that's like biting me right now is just we were kind of build of like the Game Pass prices weren't going to go up.
Yeah,
It was never directly said because you know they get cooked, especially now. But it was inferred. It was like the value of your Game Pass will only go up.
yeah.
Like that kind of thing. It's like, well, you can take that as like the value's gonna go up. That's gonna be great. And then they raise the price. It's like that's the wrong value.
They're putting Call of Duty on now. That value goes crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Look, I ain't subbing Ultimate. Just can't do it. I'm sticking to PC Game Pass for now. Unless the value goes absolutely bonkers at some point, which I don't see happening. But hey, it's Xbox, dude. They gotta recover. So
I think they will. I just think that there should be a significant pushback. I really think there should be.
At this point,
from the fan base. I think this is like I think for the longest time Xbox has gotten a lot of hate, like unjustifiable hate based on like fanboys of like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo versus fanboys. But I think this time even the Xbox fanboys that are strictly Xbox should be rising up and being like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like fix this. Balance it out. Like you gotta justify this, you know?
Yeah, dude. This boy's fitting. Yeah, dude. I agree. Totally agree. Oh man. Come on, Xbox, man. Come on, Xbox, man.
Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby.
What's going
Anyways,
on,
that's my rant, man. I think that's it for like this week's episode.
Yeah. I ain't got much more, dude.
No, we kind of wrapped up like typical 5 episodes. I feel like we left on a banger.
You already know.
A good time back.
Yeah.
And
yeah. What's the schedule for next week, Mike? Gotta know right here, right now. What's the schedule for next week?
For next week? All right. Do you want to run it by yourself? You've already told me. You're like,
listen.
Yeah.
It's July. We could take a little time, you know.
It really does feel that way, but I think next week we're taking another week off for everybody that's listening now, watching, and it's gonna be weird. We don't take weeks off in the middle of July, but your boy is out here getting married, so we're gonna be gone. Yeah, I'm calling the week off on vacation. I'm blaming you for last week, why we didn't do anything, even though
yes, sir.
It's not even justified at all. But we'll be back in like 2 weeks. We're gonna. Hopefully, like some actual news, not actual news. That's a bad way to put it. just like more hype.
Yeah,
comes through.
Yeah,
July's kind of like more laid back. Everybody's just kind of chilling in general. I've noticed just like over the last like 3 or 4 years we've done the pod, people just kind of like the flow of the content's gone up and down. I don't know how you are, but I don't consume as much content during the summer. Dude, so I feel like that's just everybody.
I think I've been, dude. That's how I've been the past like month, dude. I've been kind of unplugged, man. Can't.
It's been weird. Maybe we'll get some like clips because I'm wearing England stuff. Maybe a hater will come in.
England
cheated. Yeah, England's a terrible country. I know. Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyhow,
2 weeks is the birthday week. For your boy, that's all I'm saying.
That's a fact. Yeah.
We'll be back for the birthday week.
My man's coming. My man's coming to Charlotte too.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
What if we did like an in-person? Yeah, I don't think we really have to.
Do you think we're gonna be able to do an in-person that weekend? Yeah, I don't know about that, big dog.
No shot.
I don't know. Imagine. That'd be crazy.
My man, I can dream. I can dream. We definitely need to get like an in-person one where we can actually have like 2 different cameras and stuff like that. But
yeah, I'd love to do it. That's in the future.
We definitely plan that.
Future ready.
I'll come down there over to you.
Imagine.
I feel like that might be the best one.
Yeah. Make it happen.
Or jeez, there's so much stuff going on this year. Anyways, let's wrap it up, dude. Let's call it quits right here. We don't have anything to really cover. Usual situation that we've always done every single episode. If you guys want to check out anything we've covered, show love and support to the original articles or writers, authors, I guess. Links are in the description. If you want to see us on social media, also that's in description. And I guess last thing is it's like if you're jumping around podcasts like on the episode, we do have timestamps. So that's pretty much it. And all that is down below, thanks to the courtesy of Mr. Kyle Heath. And that's all I got to say. Kyle, you got anything to add before I close out?
Dude, kind of got to use the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm right there with you, dude. I absolutely crushed a mason jar worth of water, which I think is like 64 ounces, like 62. Oh my god.
We are hydrated, boys.
Dude. All right. Let's call it quits. Kyle and I are going to split. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is the M2 Podcast. I'm yours, Michael Anthony, Kyle Heath, right over yonder. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Well, 2 weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, couple of weeks. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
Keep gaming.
Bye.